Yo, what is up, guys? It is your boy Snow here bringing you another video. Today we're going to be going over my new PvE gear set item. Now, my one video I went over my pre 1.3 gear set item. Now that is my same gear set. That is my same gear set that I'm using for the Dark Zone right now because of the 2 final measure as a just in case of a sticky bomb or a high skill build person. Skill build. I said that completely like slurred. Anyways, but this is my PvE build, alright? Now, I'm going to be going over absolutely everything build-wise, and then I'm going to actually give you an example and show you in-game of my PvE setup. Anyways, so this is all for solo playing. So if you are a solo player, listen closely to what I have to say. The first thing is whenever I pull up, you're going to notice that my primary DPS is about 20,000 less than what it was. Now, there's a reason for that. DPS, okay, I can't say DPS. Firearms does not matter in this game anymore, alright? As long as you have enough firearms for your talents for your weapons, which is exactly what I have. I have just enough skill for or just enough firearms for my talents, which is around 2,825. I think it's the highest one. So I have 2,858. I can't really, go to the exact number. It's kind of hard in this game. But that's one thing. If you're a solo player, don't worry about your firearms. Don't worry about DPS. Yeah, raise it if you can. Critical hit damage, critical hit chance, stuff like that. Like if you have the chance to roll something like that, go ahead and do it. But you really want to focus on 2 things here: your toughness, stamina, and skill power. Alright, you really want to focus on that stuff because your skill power is what's going to help you get through challenging missions on solo, heroic missions on solo. That's really what's going to help you out. Now, if you're, this for instance, okay, I would not go past 16,000 skill power if you're playing solo. Actually, I wouldn't even go past 20,000. Now, I do have 18,000 here, but I can put an electronics mod on and get it up there to a decent amount there. 20,517, which actually I might do with one. What is it? My firearms mod? No, I can't do it with my firearms mod. It would have to be a stamina mod that I do it. I would probably do it for that one. So I'll do that right now, actually. I'll go ahead and put my electronics mod on. Give 20k skill power. Now, that's going to help you with your smart cover. The first thing you want to do is put on smart cover. Now, I use Recharger. I see some people use Trapper, and then other people use Concealment. Playing solo outside of the Dark Zone, Concealment isn't really anything, alright? Would not use it. I would use Recharger or Trapper. These are the 2 best mods. I use Recharger because it says allies using a reinforced cover slowly recover their health and get their skill cooldowns decreased. Alright? So if you're running a high skill power, you put on smart cover, and then you go ahead and use your skill. By the time your skill is done being used, it's almost recharged already, and you'll get to see that whenever I do the showcasing this build. But oh man, my throat's freaking dry. Hold on one second. Okay, had to take a drink there. But I'm using my Black Market T821 with Destructive, Brutal, and Deadly as my primary weapon. You guys seen that in my last one. Same mods, same everything. Now, what I'm really using now is the classic M60. I have Vicious, Deadly, and Talented on it, which is pretty good. Vicious critical hits is increased by 14% at full health. If you're playing solo, there's a lot of times where you are at full health, like, over healed with your self heal. So I do use that, and then Talented, killing a target with this weapon increases skill power by 9% for 14 seconds. This effect does not stack. Killing a new target refreshes the timer. So that's really good. And then plus 25% damage to targets out of cover. On here, I have a mini reflex sight, a flash hider, a hand stop, wolf gray, which is probably the worst under barrels, and then an extended mag with 86.50 magazine size and 26.60 rate of fire. So this brings up my rate of fire a pretty decent amount and my magazine size. A lot actually, to 186. So this is my main weapon, and you will get to see why. I'm using a 3-3 set. So I'm using 3 striker and 3 lone star. I got a striker's backpack with 630 firearms, and then plus 127 stamina because of the stamina mod, plus 479 armor, plus 45% ammo capacity, pulse critical hit chance, and seeker mine explosion radius. Now, I did re-roll this for the armor, so I can't re-roll the seeker mine explosive radius, or I would do smart cover duration time or smart cover damage. But then going on to my gloves, my striker gloves, I have shotgun damage on it, SMG damage, and critical hit damage with a first aid self heal, and plus 698 firearms. You always want to put firearms on your gloves because it really significantly decreases or increases your primary DPS like crazy. For some reason, it's the gloves that really increase your primary DPS. So I would really use the firearms on the gloves no matter what. It's just depending on your other gear would depend or whether to roll electronics or stamina. Now for my knee pads, I got the Striker knee pads, 268, 847 armor. I have crit hit damage, enemy armor damage, scavenging, bleed resistance, which you wouldn't believe how much that bleed resistance comes like into play because there's so many times where I get naded and I just catch the edge of the nade and it causes that bleed effect. It no longer does that for me. And then Seeker Mine Explosion Radius, I actually did change critical hit damage. I think that was at. What was that originally? I forget what it was originally, but I re-rolled it to critical hit damage to raise my DPS just a little bit. Then the enemy armor damage, scavenging, bleed resistance, seeker mine explosion radius. I would re-roll that if I didn't re-roll the critical hit damage. And then I got myself a stamina mod on that one. Now, with the 3 striker, I got the bonus of enemy armor damage plus 10%, and I got the plus 20% crit hit damage. Now, I don't know if I would use a 4th, just because of how OP the Lone Star is with my LMG. So I got the Lone Star holster with skill haste and seeker mine damage. I actually re-rolled the firearms. The firearms were at, or the electronics. The electronics were at 605 or something like that. I re-rolled it to make it more even at plus 756, which actually brought my skill power up by about 3,000. So that was worth it. Then I got the Lone Star Mask with plus 5,000 skill power. If you can ever re-roll anything on your mask or on your backpack, re-roll it for skill power if you can. skill power is so useful, and you will see later on whenever I do the trial and showing you guys this. But then plus 15 blind death resistance. This doesn't really help me. And then plus 8% first aid ally heal. I got rolled stamina on it, and I got a firearms mod on it. Just so I could have that, firearms just at the right amount for my talents on my weapons. And then last but not least, my Lone Star vest with 1,628 armor. It's only a 240, which is pretty crazy that I got that much armor on a 240. But I have plus 618 stamina with a firearms mod and a electronics mod. Ugh. And then freaking plus 3,200 health, plus 669 armor, plus 22% increase kill XP, and plus 9.5% sticky bomb damage. I forget what I re-rolled on this. I think I got health on this instead of, or no, it was armor. I did re-roll the armor on this. I re-rolled, I think this had enemy armor damage, and I re-rolled it for just straight armor, if I'm not mistaken. But the reason why I say that this is so powerful is look at this. Plus 100% ammo capacity, so you're running solo, you run out of ammo quick because you're taking down a lot of NPCs by yourself. Plus 1,000 LMG damage. And then plus 1,000 shotgun damage. Now, I don't have a good enough shotgun to try out the shotgun, but I will show you the LMG damage. The first thing I want to show you, though, is why DPS, or why your skill power and DPS don't really matter, okay? And this is why. So, you're sitting here, you're taking, here, I'll start off with my LMG, okay? So I'm going here. My critical hits are about 69,639, okay? My DPS is at 166,037. Or, no, 153,358. Now watch this. I'm going to go ahead, put smart cover down, go up against smart cover. We're going to see what my 91,000 is my critical hit, and my DPS is now jumped up to 201,000, and that's all because of the smart cover. Now, like I said, high skill power, you can roll your smart covers like crazy, and if you look at my skill, my smart cover is already ready, like almost ready. If I go pop myself heal, I'm ready to go. So I'm going to smart cover again, and you can see how fast my self-heal is healing up. I can just sit here, put bullet after bullet. I'm getting that 91k critical hit, which is absolutely amazing. As you can see, my self-heal is almost done. Boom, my self-heal is done by the time my smart cover is inactive. Just run through this a little bit. That will help me build up my skill. And then boom, my smart cover is ready again. So that is it for that little test here. So we're going to go ahead, restock up, and I will probably do this as a part 2, and I will show you guys. I will probably do Lincoln Tunnel checkpoint on challenging, just to show you guys how good this setup is. But anyways, if you give this video a thumbs up, really helps a lot. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Comment if you have any questions down below, or you want to argue with me saying something different, go ahead, feel free to. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.